Hello guys, it's B-RAD and welcome to another installment of my series Graft to a Draft. So we are now on episode 3 and we'll get into the series and where we're at the moment, but first I just wanted to say a massive thank you to everyone that's shown support for NHS and key workers. I this morning have finished a shift with the ambulance service and it's now Friday. So Thursday night we were at work and we had a few people inform us that everyone was out on their doorsteps clapping in the street. Some of the paramedics let us know that was going on, and it is very much appreciated. Obviously we are in a difficult time right now, so yeah, just the sort of unity and everything that everyone's showing, it's just very much appreciated. And obviously, you know, a lot of people at this time do have to go to work and can't worry about sort of having to social distance and do all the things that are recommended, because, you know, without certain people doing jobs, the world would just generally stop altogether. So we're very much appreciated for everything that everyone's doing and showing the support for us. But yeah, without further ado, we're just going to get into today's episode. So as you can see there, we're at 33,799 coins after episode 2. So that is obviously around about 19,000 coins in profit from where we started. Now we haven't had the best of drafts. We seem to always come up against a lot more icons and prime moment icons than we seem to get in the drafts. And unfortunately in the last one, when I did get to the semi-finals, I had two fairly slow centre-backs, and he brought on a St. Maxim striker who just carved them apart. He just kept getting through. I couldn't do much about it. We couldn't catch him up. So that was unfortunately over before it really began. However, today we're going to get into the third episode and we're going to go and do some trading. And at first I'm going to start having a look at the John Stones card. Now, as you guys do know, I do have my Trade to Glory on the Xbox One, and this is a card that I do like to snipe on there quite often. On there he goes more around about the 5,500 mark. He's obviously in demand as the Man City SBC for the League SBC does require a decent rating, I think at least maybe an 80. And there's not a lot of obviously gold players for Man City that aren't walkouts that would be stupidly expensive. So he goes for around about a 5,000 coin instant buy now. So what we're looking to do is to get him at around about the 4,500 coin mark, which would be a 250 coin profit at its worst if we were to get one there. On the Xbox One, I do a lot of trading on this card, and we get so many come up between 3.5 to 4k, so you make around about 1,000 to 1,200 coins per card. The only thing I'd say about that is the market is a lot less, but the competition is also a lot less for that card. I expect that because there's a lot more on the market and there's a lot more people using PlayStation, that we probably will again find this a little bit difficult to snipe today. However, as I said, it is Friday, so some people are involved in the weekend league and there may not be as many traders currently on the market. But we're going to go ahead and see if we can get a few of these, and yeah, I'll show you when I get my first one. And actually there we do go and get our first card. It is one of the UCL John Stones, so he may well go for a little bit more. However, it may also mean that he won't instant sell. So what I'm going to do actually, I'm just going to go and put him up to the transfer market and find out what his lowest buy now on that special card is. Generally they're not much more priced than the original card. Yeah, so he's gonna go for 5,100 maybe as an instant buy now. So we're going to go and list that up. That's about 100 coins more than he would probably go at as a normal gold card. They don't have much value anymore. There's going to be no SBCs likely that requires the UCL cards, because obviously it has now stopped. And let me know guys, how you guys feel about that. Obviously they've now pushed back the Premier League games, so that means that it looks like if they are going to get played at all, they will probably end up being played behind closed doors, which obviously isn't ideal for fans and those are season ticket holders. But at the same time, can we really, you know, not have winners and not have the games played out? You know, it may well be that Liverpool at the moment were so far ahead that they're not likely to be catched. However, There's also those in the relegation zone that could easily have gotten out before the end of the season, and actually Norwich, my home sort of team, would be one of those that would have been able to get out of that area if they just got a few wins under their belt. It's not so tight down the bottom. So let me know what you guys think about that. Like, do you think if the Premier League was to stop now, they should still hand Liverpool the title, but we shouldn't be relegating anybody because obviously they wouldn't have had a fair chance to get out? Or do you think that the league should end and everything is as it stands? Those that were in the relegation zone get relegated, those that were in the promotion zone of the Championship get promoted, and maybe they just play the playoffs behind closed doors just to find out who would go up. But let me know down in the comments what you think about that, and it'd be interesting to see what people's views are. Okay guys, so as you can see on here, we're having a little bit of trouble with the trading today, probably because it is weekend league. Not a lot of people are looking to buy cards for SBCs, etc. As we go into the transfer list, you'll see on here, I started off with the John Stones. They were actually quite competitive on the market to try and pick up some coins. So I moved on to Rodri. I picked up a few of him, some that were a little bit lower than this price that I managed to get around about the sort of 10.5 to 10,750, so I could sell them instantly at 11,750. However, this one I got at 11, so I had to sell it at 12 in order to make more than just 250 coins in profit, and that is not selling at the moment. So hopefully that will towards the end of its time. As you can see, we're 29 minutes left. So I then moved on to the silver cards that are the more expensive ones in the SBCs in the Premier League. Because I know that a lot of people will want to try and get the Premier League SBCs done so that they can redo the better packs in that for tonight's second batch of FUT birthday cards, which is Friday night. So I'm waiting for these to sell in order for me to carry on trading, because I'm only sitting at 2,800 coins, whereas I think after these sell I should be sitting at around about 40, so I'll probably halfway through getting to the 15,000 coins. So that being said, I then looked up and saw that I do have on this account 1,450 FIFA points, and as we go into the store, there are some promo packs. Now, I'm not going to put FIFA points on this account, this is a Graft to a Draft series. However, there is mega packs available in the store, and I can get 2 of those. So I figured, seeing as it is FUT birthday, and seeing as this is the last chance now to pack Mbappe before we get into second batch of players tonight, I'm going to go ahead and open these 2. Obviously I don't want this to contribute to my coin total, so anything I do pack in here will just be stored to club. If obviously there is a duplicate, there's not a lot I can do about that, but we will just then go over the amount that I have to quick sell that player for. But let's just get into opening these 2 mega packs. You never know, eh? You do know is basically the situation. I say you never know, but you do know. 2 mega packs. Will we even get a board? As I said, I'm going to sell that, and I'm going to get 83 coins there for that manager. I apologise. It's not obviously my intention. Last mega pack then, leaving us with 50 FIFA coins in the account. We should have known, I suppose, really. Luis Gustavo is not ideal. Not a lot to say about that, really. I always feel hopeful, and straight away that hope is taken away. Okay, now this is interesting. I've opened this and this has given me a draft token, which is probably one of the rarest things in FIFA. Now, given that is the case, I'm probably now going to go ahead and say, although we have sold 1 item on the market there, I believe. No, we haven't. I'm going to go ahead and say that we will use that draft token for the draft today. Now, the only reason being that obviously I have tried to do this trading on silver cards, but as we now find ourselves in the FUT weekend league, the chances are that these are not going to be bought very quickly. I can see there that Zimmerman has got a 6,300 coin bid on it, but yeah, I'm selling one there at 6,300 coins by now. and it's still not going. So I don't really understand where that's happening. So I know it's a little bit cheating to the series, and it wasn't what I planned. I was not expecting to get a draft token there. However, I'm going to go ahead and use it because why not? It's free, and we've had a little bit of luck for a change. So I'm going to go ahead and use that draft token to enter, and let's get into this draft. Okay, so as we can see there, my favourite formation, it is one I love to play, it's my formation I go to on the Xbox One, the 4-2-3-1, so we're going to go ahead and take that straight away. And again, although I do like to see that we've got a Prime Moments Hadji in this pack, there's 4 wide players when I'm playing a 4-2-3-1 narrow. I think that when it comes to choosing the captain, certainly at least, this needs to be stuck to the formation you've got. You should only get strikers, cams, CDMs, defenders, goalies. Otherwise, you're basically taking a player for your reserve bench, and at this point in the game, you don't know what chemistry you need in order to be able to integrate this person into your team. So it may well be at the end of this that I get such a bad draft that I end up having to go fully La Liga, and Messi would actually give all my other players chem there, and I might have to play him off chem. But actually, there's nothing else I could do here other than, I mean, I'm not going to take Lewandowski because there's better cards, and also Bundesliga is quite difficult. You have to get very specific cards to get a decent draft there. I'm going to go and take the Hadji, and it's put him in at left back. It's not even put him on my bench or my reserves, so put him in at left back. Maybe this is what we get for using the draft token. So that now limits my chance on getting a left back. I've got 2 chances down here in my defenders to get a left back, which I'm going to go and ahead and do now because it kind of decides what the rest of my team is going to be down there. And as it so happens, Alex Telles, one of the best in the game, so I'm going to take him, put him in, and I'm going to go back up now, knowing that I've got a Brazilian down there, and see where we go. Striker Son, incredible card, very happy to see that one in my striker pick. Off to the cam. We've got Neymar, which we know down the Brazilian links would be very good. I can't see any way that I can't take him. The only problem is obviously he doesn't link to Son, which means I'll probably have to get a strong link to Son, which Scream Dele Alli I think is probably the only decent card to get. But I'm going to have to take the cam Neymar. Well, Primary Costa I used and found it to be incredible. However, Zidane would sit in my central cam role there and not only probably offer some decent chem to most of my players, but actually in the centre of a midfield, I can't remember if it was my last Draft of Glory episode, I could not get past the guy. He was literally dominating the midfield. So I'm going to stick him in there and I'll play him at that central cam. And then unfortunately we haven't got some great picks there, so I'm going to go ahead and take Royce just in case we do need to bring him on for a sub at any point. So obviously we've got Son massively off chem there. It may mean again that I need to get, I don't know, Mbappe as a striker or a German striker like Werner or someone to get some chem up there, and then I'll bring Son on during the game. We'll see what the other picks offer me. We have got the Prime Moment Zanetti, so already this is looking like a lot better draft in terms of our icons than we've had in previous episodes. We've got a little player on the left hand side there, which obviously will link to Neymar, but Neymar's still going to be off chem. Really we could do with a Brazilian icon. We'll go to our left centre back pick. Marquinhos gives us the perfect sort of chem options there, so I'm going to take that. Team of the Year Van Dijk, can't turn that down, just can't turn that down. Alisson now I suppose would be perfect, fortunately he's not there. We have got Navas to give Marquinhos full chem, which I'm going to take just in case. Obviously we could do a Trent here, but I'm probably still going to need another strong link. We'll take the new FUT birthday João Cancelo, looks like an incredible card. 93 pace there, 84 passing and 87 dribbling, I think is always quite important at wingers. We're not sitting too bad, we've got a 91 rated team there with 92 chemistry. But there are a few important players I need, like a CDM icon probably there. Maybe even a striker icon, just to fill this team out. So we've got left wing Mbappe, not ideal. Yeah, if I put him down there, he's not giving anyone extra chem, but again, another super sub. I don't think my CDM Fernandinho will do much there. Yeah, I mean, I've got no strong links on that side to Van Dijk anyway, so it's not going to change anything if I put him in and then put Zanetti over on the left. It actually does then give Tellez full chem, and Fernandinho gets full chem off João Cancelo, so that puts us up to 98. It's really the striker positions we're looking to try and improve. Nothing here that I like the look of. I'm going to take Fekir just for the dribbling and passing that he has. Again, not ideal picks. Striker Suarez doesn't link up to any of my players. Don't need a right back. Don't need any wingers. Striker Zlatan's not good enough there. He has obviously got some other cards that have a lot more pace than that. And I don't really need Sandro. I always have this theory that if you take a player with a nation or league that you want, that reigns in what the rest of your picks are going to be. So I'm going to go ahead and take Alexandro, purely for the fact he's Brazilian, and I could do with some Brazilians to sort of finish this team off. I haven't used this right mid Sarkar, and there's nothing else here that I would take. So I'm going to take that and maybe bring that on as a right cam sub there as well. But obviously we have got a lot of options going forward now. So I kind of want to get my silver pick early. I don't want it to become a striker when I need the players. We'll see what we get. We've got a non-rare gold pick there. That's not ideal at all. None of them are from decent leagues. I'm going to go for the French League one because I could do with maybe getting someone there to give Neymar full chem. Again, not ideal. No one there that gives anybody any extra chem. I'm going to take Kyle Walker. I'll take Mason Mount. He doesn't really do anything either. So even if I put him in there, he gives... Oh, he gets full chem. Of course he does, because of Zidane and Son. Oh, so actually there you go. That is everyone on full chem, other than my right centre back, which is team of the year. Van Dijk at 7 chem, I think would be fine, and Neymar and Son at 7 chem. So again, I could still do with getting something to put them onto full chem. Minamino at his old club, so I won't take that. I'll take Chambers. We've got Marcus Rashford. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take Marcus Rashford. I'm going to put him in at striker because it gives us 10 chem on our striker. It is obviously, I'm going to need to use another sub, which isn't always ideal. And there's our stinky silver pick to finish it off. It's not ideal, but obviously he's not going to be playing in the side, and I would like my striker to have full chem. So at the moment we're looking for either a Premier League Brazilian manager or a Dutch manager in Ligue 1. But at the very worst, a Brazilian or Ligue 1 manager, I would prefer to get Neymar on more chem. I think Van Dijk will be absolutely fine on 7. So let's go and see what manager we've got. And yeah, none of that really. We've got the Dutch one. We didn't get any Brazilians, and no one to give Neymar that extra chem. So we're going to go and take Verbeek. So that should put our Van Dijk onto 8 chem. At the moment it's a 189. I imagine once I move the subs around this should be a 190. So yeah, so there you have it. That is a 190 draft there. The only person that's under sort of 8 chem with the use of the manager is Neymar on that left hand side. I don't think that would be too much of a struggle. Obviously it's not ideal, but you know, it is what it is. If you can't get a Brazilian strong league icon or anything, there's not a lot you can do. Once again, we only get 3 icons in that draft. I've seen teams that have had 7 or more in the games that we played previous to this, so we're not getting very lucky with getting the icon picks. But what I'm going to go and do is just show you what I'm going to use as my actual team in this. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to put straight away on that right hand side, Son will play on my cam, and then straight up front I'm going to play Mbappe, even though I just accidentally put him in there. So this is how I'm going to start the game. Leaves me with one extra sub. Marquinhos isn't my first choice for defender. He has got a little bit of extra defending and physical on there for having the Sentinel card, is that? Yeah, Sentinel card on him. So it gives him a little bit more at the back there, but 74 pace isn't ideal. Obviously, hopefully Van Dijk's going to do most of the work for us at the back there. But this is the team that I will be playing in the draft. So let's go in and get our first game. Okay, so here we are. This is the team, and let's go and get our first game. As you know, always we have the basic kits here. I don't even notice if we did a pack anything extra in those mega packs. And once again, we come up against 4 Prime Moments icons, and not only that, those 4 Prime Moments icons are R9 Ronaldo, Zidane, Gerrard, and is that Baresi maybe at the centre back there. He's got some players off chem, like De Ligt, that central mid, is it Dominguez? He's off chem as well. The goalkeeper's also off chem. I don't ever like having a goalkeeper off chem. I think they need to perform at the highest all the way through the game. But yeah, he's got a solid team. He also had Cristiano Ronaldo up front there, so a double Ronaldo attack. We could be in trouble in the first round. Okay, so far we don't really know much about this guy. We've had a couple of chances getting forward where we've just been stopped by his goalkeeper coming out to collect the ball in the final third. So yeah, neither of us have had a shot, I don't think, yet, and we're 13 minutes of game time in. So I've got to make our subs now, and yeah, let's see if we can create something. And there we go, a little bit lucky to get that ball away. We tried to play the ball through first time into the centre there to get the goal away. It just got blocked, so we got a second chance at playing it through. Zidane picks it up, takes a little touch and smashes it into the top right hand corner. 1-0. That was pretty much the first chance that either of us had had. So yeah, neither deserve to be ahead really. We go again. I've pushed him away to the side there with Van Dijk, and I don't know how he's managed to score really. He's been pushed out a little bit wide. Alisson's there, and Ronaldo gets a shot away and it goes straight in. I don't even know whether Navas really died for that one, so unfortunately we're at 1-1 and it's come out of nowhere. I thought I'd pushed him aside there to make that difficult enough for Alisson to at least parry the ball out. So yeah, 1-1. And there we go, 2-1 straight away, almost after conceding. Just a little touch inside, create the perfect angle for Mbappe to get a finesse shot away there, given the fact that we've got his 90 rated inform there. I certainly would expect it to be on target, but would look for that to be almost unsavable, which it was. And like I say, ter Stegen's off chem. I always think that with those sort of situations that just puts the reactions down a little bit, and means it sort of costs him in those scenarios where he might usually save it. So 2-1 up as we just approach half time. Now on the attack again. It'd be nice to just get another one. We could maybe encourage a rage quit. And it's been saved by ter Stegen. Corner. He keeps bringing his keeper out for these. We don't really ever tend to score much from corners, but as I say it, Van Dijk puts the header in. We go in 3-1 up in the injury time of the first half there. Yeah, he rose well there. I suppose as team of the year, Van Dijk. I shouldn't really sort of put the man down or not give him any credit. He's risen well. He has brought the keeper out a little bit to come and get that ball. And yeah, the header sees us 3-1 up going into half time. And the next highlight was straight away. Turned his Ronaldo back with the ball, spotted the turn, still couldn't seem to get the ball away from him. Salah runs through, he back heels it into his path, and my defenders are sort of left in no man's land. And yeah, he puts that away. That is a headliner Salah 94 rated card as well. So yeah, we are unfortunately at the start of this game 3-2. Let's get back into it. I had to do it, not because he was getting back into the game or anything, just because I think it's happened to me so much in this series already. I think I had 3 in one game, that if I'm going to make certain of getting through to the second round, I'm going to take the opportunity. He stupidly gives the ball away and he's gone punished for it. He has paused the game. I don't know if that means we're now going to get a rage quit at 4-2. Doesn't look like it. It looks like he's going to be making a last sub. Yeah, I feel like we are still sort of dominating the game, really. I had a goal that was disallowed because Mbappe just stepped offside. But at 4-2 up, I feel pretty confident that we're going to take this one to the win. Tackled him twice there, and he's still, his R9 Ronaldo's come away with the ball. It's just like the dribbling just sort of sticks to him. There's nothing really I could do about that. He's not really got back in this game. I've had another goal disallowed, which was a bit of a scramble in the area. I couldn't really see why it was disallowed. It didn't seem like anyone was offside, but Mbappe apparently was from one of the deflections. So yeah, so we're 4-3 down. I don't know how we're sort of fighting towards the end of this game. I feel like it's sort of should have been one that was done and dusted, but we're just getting a couple of pieces of bad luck. That last sequence of play was ridiculous. I've tackled him in that last third with Van Dijk, and I've gone to get away to clear the ball. My own defender has got in my way. We've then both been clattered to the ground, and somehow he's come away with the ball, and he's actually nearly equalised in the 92nd minute. Sometimes things just are not with you in this game. They're against you. However, we do win the first round. A little bit more of a struggle than it should have been. The only thing I can really say about it is that Fernandinho isn't really the ideal player to have in that CDM role, so maybe after the first half or so in the second game I might switch him out for someone else, maybe Kyle Walker in the back there. But yeah, other than that, we're through to the second round, so we go again. Okay, so for, I suppose, lack of the better word, because we did technically cheat to get into this draft today by getting that draft token in those mega packs I had left with the FIFA points, I just want to take you to the transfer market just to let you see that I was on track to get the coins that we needed. So I did say I was around about 40,000 coins, and sure enough, you can see we are at 40,000 after finally selling these items. But bearing in mind, these items are sold after I've made a draft and played a game, so it's going to be about half an hour to get them to sell in order for me to then use the coins to carry on trading. So we'll probably will revisit these methods in future episodes, especially maybe these silver cards. But I just want to show you that we're getting them there. But we're going to clear those items off now, and we're going to get back into the draft, get into the second round. And like I say, the only thing I'm really going to change, I like the way that those forwards were playing, so I will keep Son and Mbappe coming on for those. But I probably am going to drop Fernandinho off maybe at half time. And I probably will look to bring in Kyle Walker, because there's no one else really there that is more suited to go into that spot, other than maybe Alexandro. But then I like how the idea of Kyle Walker getting back with all that extra pace, especially if we do come up against a rapid striker. So let's go and get into the second round. and see how many icons once again we're up against, because it seems like we always get at least 3 or 4, and there we go, there's 4 there, all prime moments. Petit, Zanetti, Garrincha, Rui Costa. He's got Aubameyang and Aguero up the top. I'm not too bothered about them, and actually his defence isn't great either, playing Ronaldo at left wing, which is quite nice. But yeah, he's got a couple of the slow centre backs there, so hopefully Son and Mbappe can go and exploit them and get us some goals, maybe get us an early rage quit for a change, so we can sort of speed this process up. As he kicks off, I am going to quickly make those subs. I didn't do that last time, waited for the next sort of break in play, but actually so that I can just sort of concentrate and not have to think about doing that. I'm going to get them 2 on, and like I say, probably around about half time we will put Kyle Walker in for Fernandinho. Not much to say about that really. Already this guy is doing so many skill moves and step overs and things to create space that quite clearly is a better FIFA player than I am. That's irrespective of the fact that I don't play on PlayStation usually. He just knows all the right moves to do. So we're, yeah, before I've even got my subs on, we're behind. I see that he's now brought Militao on, and he's brought, no, that's my Mbappe. So yeah, it just seems like he's just brought Militao on there at the centre back role. So that gives him a little bit more pace at the back there. But we'll go and see if we can get a goal, get this back on track. I imagine with all the skill moves he has that he's probably going to know how to defend as well. And yeah, that wasn't a great shot away from Mbappe there. But we do get the equaliser. So yeah, 10 minutes in gameplay. Lovely little through ball from Neymar. And yeah, we find ourselves 10 minutes in with the person that I didn't think would be up front taking that shot, Fernandinho, putting that away. Yeah. What I can tell you about that is that I've not passed it there. I think you'll see that, I can't remember if it was Cancelo or someone passes it forward for his midfielder to intercept. I actually passed it down. I'm not going to go in to show you replays and mechanics and stuff and that, but I did not pass it in the direction it passed away. I feel like it's something that this FIFA has had all the way since the start of the game, that sometimes you just pass the ball in completely the wrong place, and in that instance it's cost us a goal. Like I say, he is a better player than me, but really, like, I'd rather lose from being dominated from, you know, genuine goals that haven't been any mistakes involved and he's just dominated the play, not from any mistakes that the game's made. But it is what it is. It's part of FIFA now. We're in April, so it's been going on since September. I don't think anything's going to change now. Yeah, just the right sort of skill moves, the right little step aways from my defenders to create that extra bit of space. He's a lot better player than I am, and again, I've said on this series that if we're sort of 4 to 5 goals deficit and I feel like I'm not going to get back into the game, then we will just call it quits. I don't want to waste my time and yours really. So we're 3-1 down and we'll see how it goes. Kind of like losing my cool a little bit in this one, which is a shame. I don't usually rage that hard, but I think when you're playing someone this good, it's not even that you need luck, you just need the game to perform the way it should perform. As he goes and makes it 6-2, so we are 4 goals away there. I'm going to go and quit this game out. No point in playing the rest of it out. We'll see what rewards we get, which I anticipate aren't going to be very good. But yeah, it's just one of those things. It's the game is now, you know what, that's 7 months, 8 months into the game, and we still have problems with passing. The headers still aren't accurate. They still seem to balloon over the bar even when you get a clear header, and I just wonder if it's something that they've decided they're not going to do anything about this year and we'll look at for next year's game. But even then, this doesn't really encourage you to want to buy FIFA 21, does it? As we go and open the silver pack, obviously in the players here I'm looking for some decent league silvers, so we've got an Espanyol striker there, although at 300 coins with no bid, doesn't look to be selling for anything. And the only other one there is Southampton right mid, who may well sell there around about 700 to 800 coins, so we'll put him up 850, let the rest of the bid get us that there, but unfortunately nothing else really to sell, so we'll quick sell that at 1,300 coins. Open our gold pack with our one rare. Is it going to be the player? Hardly ever is. Again with the non-rare goals, we're just looking for ones in decent leagues, so Kamara as a centre back might be worth a little bit, yeah, so he's going there at a 1,000 coin on the bid, and should put him at a 1-1 buy now. And let's have a look at the goalkeeper for Villarreal. Doesn't appear to be selling for anything. I'll put him at 450 coins. Player fitnesses might, because obviously, like I say, we are in weekend league. I saw them to the club accidentally, and I don't think it would have been too much anyway. Most of those are fitness cards. It may have been 500 coins at the most. As we open our final pack, a premium gold pack, nothing in that to report. We've got a Troy Deeney there. Nothing on the bid there at 650. Pacino, Inter Milan, looks to go for around about 700 coins. And Gosling in the Bournemouth team, again no bid on that one there, that was at 400, so we'll put him at a 400 buy now. Player contracts don't tend to sell. I'm going to list up those fitnesses, and then we are actually going to this time remember to quick sell everything. 905 coins, so it sits us at the 43.5-ish thousand coin total. We've sold a couple of those players on, the rest will sell. We'll come back on the next episode, and like I say, I will revisit the silver method on some of those league SBCs. There are a lot of SBCs where the silver players dominate sort of the defence, and that is the other key thing. When you are trying to snipe those silver players, always go for the defenders. If they have some forwards in there, you can find yourself sniping forwards on the silver cards, and what they'll end up doing is putting a low price silver midfielder position changed into a forward. People that are trying to snipe will then instantly buy that card because they think they've got one, and they'll end up paying over the odds for what is essentially a midfielder they've probably already got in their SBC that's been converted up to striker. You end up losing all your coins, or sort of 3,000 or 4,000 coins on that one card. It's a trick method that some people have been using to try and make some coins. Hopefully people are quick enough to spot when that happens and they don't quickly buy the player when they notice, oh actually that person's not usually a forward. But yeah, we'll come back to that method. Like I say, silver defenders, centre backs, right backs and left backs tend to be a lot more on this game for those SBCs like the Premier League, La Liga, Liga, etc. And obviously a lot of the players in there are desirable to certain teams. But we will end it there. As I said at the start of the episode, obviously I am an ambulance worker, so that does mean that I do work shifts. I am working from Monday, so there won't be any content probably on Monday and Tuesday. However, this video is probably going to go up Sunday night. I will be doing a video tonight on the Friday of a pack opening for the second batch of Foot Birthday, and you'll be able to have already seen that. I've got some packs on that account, on my Trade to Glory account, and I've also got some packs saved up from a friend that we're going to go and open for that video. So if you haven't seen that one, go back and check that out. Hopefully we pack a massive player. I do believe as well there's a potential that there's a pack on there that does have a prime icon moments, so feel free to go and check that one out. As always, smash a like on the video, subscribe to the channel, please tell your friends. Every little helps, especially in these scenarios where YouTubers are trying to get out some content for you guys whilst everyone's in isolation. So anything does help, you know, just a subscribe, just a like on the video. All we want to do is sort of generate some content for you guys, and obviously if we can, we want to get as many subscribers, as many likes as we possibly can, and build our channel. So thank you very much for tuning in. This has been the third episode of Graft to a Draft. I understand obviously we did cheat a little bit in getting that draft token. It was by pure accident, but as you can see we're already just over halfway through getting the coins that we needed. But thank you for tuning in. I've been B-RAD, check me out on the next episode.